My attempt at washing these gloves has kind of failed. This shit looks wrinkled now, and I don't know if it's gonna fit. Let's see. And how do they smell? They still smell like shit. Well, I did buy 2 new pairs of gloves, but one that I ordered online, I ordered both on Amazon. One, there was 2 problems with it. It's winter gloves, and since I live in Miami, it's obviously not a good fucking pair of gloves to be wearing. And 2, it's too big. So I bought those gloves extra large, and those extra large was like way too big. And then I bought another pair that was a little bit cheaper. It was actually only 10 bucks. And I was fooled because those things were too small, because I bought them as a large, which these are large. So they didn't fit me, and then at the same time they were the most dangerous gloves to wear because they have these weird tips on the bottom of it. That's like some like slippery plastic ball things. It doesn't make any sense at all, especially since they're supposedly motorcycle gloves. They're supposed to be gripped. You know, you would expect them to be gripped. This is leather, so at least it grips. But those plastic ball things, oh my god, what the fuck? I don't know who the hell thought of that idea, but it's the worst fucking idea ever. Oh, come on, guy. Come on, guy. Decide what lane you want to be on, and then go on it. You're on the left lane, you're on the right lane, you don't know where to be. Yeah, look at this, look at this, look at this. They're honking at him now. So you don't know where the fuck he wants to go. Fucking people, bro. Fucking people. Okay, so last week I landed up quitting my job for like the 70th time. This year at least. Well, I used to work valet. I mean, obviously from my last video I was working, driving around a bunch of cars and parking them, you know, all that bullshit. And then one day I decided, you know what, I'm fucking sick of this job, and I just up and quit. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't know, just something got into me and something told me to just say fuck it. And after randomly flipping coins and making decisions as chance, as if I was fucking Two-Face or something, every time I flipped the coin, it always landed up being heads, which heads meant don't go. So that's what I did then. The reason why I quit my job is because I just felt like every time I went there, it was for no reason. It was just to fucking make my whack ass check, which my whack ass check was like fucking $400 every 2 weeks. You know, I wasn't including the tips, but the tips were fucking terrible too. And you know, after getting all those small ass fucking checks, I'm like, I'm not making any money here, and at the same time I just don't feel like I'm ever gonna get any more advanced than what I was doing. There's no advancement in that fucking job. So the only other thing I could look forward to is being a supervisor, which being a supervisor pays me another $2 more per hour, like whoop-de-doo, from $6 an hour to $8 an hour. Wow, I'm gonna be rich after that, huh? So I said, you know what? I said, fuck this job, and I quit. And another reason why I quit that job was because I was driving Rolls Royces and Bentleys and all this shit, working for these, like, this building that was a $1 million building, like beyond millions. You needed to have at least a minimum of $2 million to live there. And none of these motherfuckers ever wanted to tip, ever. You will go and you help them with their massive groceries. Here, put it over here, leave it over here, on this side. Oh, unpack it and put it right there. Oh, here you go, sonny, here's $5. and we have to split that $5 like 20 ways. So think about it, man. What the fuck is that, like 10 cents per person or something? It's fucking terrible. And obviously, you have some people that will go in their pocket the money and shit. I didn't want to do that all the time. I'm pretty honest for the most part. I have taken a few bucks, but I don't want to be a dick because we're all working for the same cause. So it's kind of fucked up to be stealing from your own people that are suffering just as much as you do. Yeah, so that's why I quit. I just got tired of driving people's Rolls Royces for $6 an hour. That pretty much sums it up. So let me tell you about the other jobs I quit in the past. I had like 5 jobs this whole year, just jumping from job to job because they all just felt like total shit. And it's a lot of the same thing. Probably the best one I had was the one before this valet, which was another valet company, and at least they had the decency of paying $10 an hour, which is pretty nice. I mean, for entry, $10 an hour, and then they could bump you up at least to 12 or 13 after a couple years of working there, which is pretty nice. I mean, I can admit that's all right, but it's a lot of the same shit where you're just sitting around fucking waiting for a car. The car comes, it's a fucking $1 million Rolls Royce or some shit, and the people act like they're top shit, like you owe them type of thing. And then it felt like you're a fucking slave. You know what I mean? Like it feels like there's just no hope for you. You're just working for pennies, just working for fucking pennies, and there's never gonna be anything better than what you're doing at that moment. That's it. It's just there's no better than that, and it's sad. And what really made me sad was this last job, when I would see these people that are like I don't want to call them maids, maybe like a housekeeper. I guess that's a better word. Housekeepers for the people that were living there, or nannies, the people that are taking care of your children and shit, and you have a fucking $10 million apartment with a bunch of different supercars and shit like that, and you can't give them a good enough pay so that they can get off of their fucking whack ass little broken down Mitsubishi Eclipse that's like 30 years old. It's sad, man. It's like, what the fuck? If I had money like that, I would at least do them a favor. The people that are taking care of my kids for so long, like years and years and years, taking care of my kids, been so good to them, buy them a fucking Benz or something. Like, be nice, or not even a Benz. You don't have to go that crazy. I mean, you could go ahead and you can buy them a new Toyota or something. I don't know, man. Do something nice for them, because fuck, how are you gonna let them drive a piece of shit? Like, God. There was like one lady in general, I got tongue tied. There was one lady specifically that really hurt me, because she's driving this fucking broken down Toyota that the fucking wheel alignment is all fucked up, because I'm parking this car every day because I'm doing valet, and her wheel alignment's all fucked up. She's all like, she got this alarm system in her car that just randomly decides to go off whenever the hell it wants to, and entering her car is a pain in the ass, because every time you turn the bitch on, it just wants to fucking go crazy and start making a ruckus and shit, because you didn't press the alarm button right or something. Like, this is a fucking piece of shit car. And anyway, this lady has been working for these people for God knows how long, and she's still let me stop. She's still driving that piece of shit, getting paid like probably like minimum, you know, obviously like a stereotypical like Spanish lady like from some other country that, they pay them shit, and it's good enough. You know what I mean? It's sad, man, because fucking lady works hard for you, and then you don't do shit for her. And then what's the fucking crazy thing is, that lady always gives me a nice little tip. Like, she gives me like $5 every day. And the people that she works for, that are driving around their Benz all the time and their expensive cars, they come around, they barely even make eye contact, and then they don't even say thank you when you go to take their car. Like, they truly don't give a shit about nobody but themselves. It's really sad. Anyway, that kind of went off topic. I was just ranting on and on about the poor lady, but I don't know. I mean, I guess you could go ahead and you could say, oh, you should, if you want a better life for yourself, you should go to school or whatever. And you know what? That shit doesn't work for everybody. It really doesn't, because a lot of people, for one reason, can't afford to go to school. And then another reason is that you have to really enjoy what you're doing with your life. I've seen so many people, and I have so many friends that have gone to college and did the whole I want a bachelor's degree, whatever the fuck, doing all that shit, and then they end up getting the career that they were trying to get, and then they quit and do something totally random, like do construction or fucking work as a manager at McDonald's or something, because it makes decent money, and they just don't care about the thing that they were trying to get. Just it's silly as fuck, because now you got to pay for student loans, all sorts of fucking crazy, what, $30,000 student loan, and you didn't even take advantage of it. That's sad too. Oh, going back to the original topic of quitting jobs, so I was working this last valet, and then before that I was working another valet, which was a whole lot of just sitting around, because it wasn't very active. It was the job hooks you up with a bunch of different buildings, and then but most of those buildings, since it was up in Boca, is all the way up north, which is very quiet compared to down here in South Florida, like Miami at least. There's really not a whole lot of activity, so you'll probably park like 2 or 3 cars the whole entire day in an 8-hour shift. So yeah, I mean, that's the main reason why I was getting paid $10 an hour. But anyway, at least it was an easy job for getting paid $10 an hour. This last one, I was busting my ass for like barely $10 an hour, because including the tips, and it's like I'm fucking tired at the end of the day. Like, my feet hurt and all this shit. I'm like, what? Like, why am I going through pain now all of a sudden? Because I wanted a job closer to home. I don't know. I got sick of that. And then the job before the valets, I was working for this douchebag that he tries, his company is buying, they buy recyclables, like computer components and like motherboards and shit like that, and then they melt them, and he gets whatever money comes from the melting of the parts. Well, anyway, this fucking douchebag, he was the cheapest motherfucker on the planet. And every time I would try to get a sale, or at least to try to buy parts from somebody, he wants to undercut them fucking crazy. Like, he wants, I have to talk to him every time I'm gonna make a sale, and I have to, he has to agree with the prices that they want or whatever. And every single time he doesn't like it. He doesn't want to go for it. That in turn just led to frustrated customers that didn't want to sell to him, because it's fucking obvious when you're paying. Yeah, are you serious? When you find something online that's that there's online websites that do the same shit, and it's just kind of like you just sell straight to them, like the cell phone things, and they're offering nice prices. Like they'll offer like $8 a pound or whatever. Well, my douchebag supervisor, he only wanted to give them $1 a pound when it's worth $8. You know, and that's fucking ridiculous. That's like you're just basically trying to rob people. That's it. I just thought it was a really fucking shitty job, and he was complaining to me all the time, saying like, oh, well, you're not making sales, you're not doing this, and it's like, it felt like shit. Like, it felt like such a shitty fucking job. So I just up and quit one day. I said, fuck you, and quit. And okay, let me see what I'm gonna do here, because I need to get to the left. And this guy in the bicycle, and then the fucking bus. Okay. So, yeah, so as I was saying, his job was total shit. So I quit that. And then before that, what was I doing before that? I don't remember. Before that, I was... I don't remember. I think it was another valet before that. What the fuck? This is the top gear? Damn. Oh, I'm 50. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was going 50. I was fucking flying. I didn't even realize. I always look back to make sure that no one's fucking tailgating me crazy while I'm slowing down, because I don't want to get rear-ended. No, no, no. Don't want that. Yeah, so before that, I don't remember what I was doing. I think it was another valet, because there was another valet that I was working for that was in South Miami, like in Fort Lauderdale, which I'm headed to right now. I'm actually heading to the building right now, which is right after this park. There's a bridge that goes left, and then the building is right there. But anyway, that fucking building pissed me off too, because the manager was a dick. She felt like she was the goddess queen of the world, and everything that she said was rule over everyone on the planet. And yeah, it was fucking stupid. I always did my job. You know, it wasn't that I wasn't doing my job. I always fucking ran to the cars, grabbed the door. Hello, sir, how are you today? And then they say, oh, I'm fine, thank you. And then they go ahead inside. I grab the keys and I drive the car to the spot that it needs to be. But no, nothing was ever good enough for this lady. This lady always found a reason to be pissed off all the fucking time at anything that you do. So this fucking lady, I just couldn't take it anymore, and I just up and quit that one too. I actually, that day, I showed up to the job just to quit in her face, tell her that, you know, I'm over it, man. I said, you know what, here's your shirt, fucking come out. And I left. And I was back. No, I didn't have the Daytona anymore. I actually got into the accident on the Daytona when I was working that job, because I was commuting from Homestead, which was like 40 miles down south from here. I'm actually gonna pass by the building right now so you can see it. Yeah, that happened when I was on my way home from that job. Well, I actually went to stop to see a friend first, and then I went out there, tried to go back home, but I got into that accident, which was fucking whack, man. I missed that bike so much. Kind of wish I had insurance on it, because if I had insurance on it, I might have probably have a new bike right now. But maybe it was all for the best, because I really can't afford anything more than this, what I have right here, which this bike I paid $90 a month, and you know, it's pretty decent. I mean, it's cheap. See this building right here? That's the building. These motherfuckers. Fuck her. Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna leave this video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel, because I will have more videos just like this one. Latest, y'all.